Welcome to Tetrakan Super Monoblock, a channel about repairing and using multitrack tape recorders. So why are we looking at a bunch of ash and rubble and a boarded up window? Well, this is my house. We've had a pretty serious house fire. So I had an idea a while ago, maybe I do kind of a studio tour. Well, I say studio tour, like the workshop where I fix all the stuff. But yeah, I mean, this part of the house here isn't where the workshop is. It's slightly less affected, but basically, that room there is totally fucked, and the ceiling oblique floor above it is collapsed into what is a bedroom above, and there's more or less 100% smoke damage in most of the house. The workshop is one of the ones that's least affected, but it's got quite a sort of thick film of nasty, acidic and greasy smoke ash in it. When the firemen came, they had 0% visibility any of the rooms where they were. So, you know, nothing was actually caught on fire or heat damage in the room where I deal with all the Tascams, but pretty much everything that I have will be coated in that ash now, and I can't really touch it at the moment because various people need to assess it. I mean, it's a formality because of the size of the claim, but basically we're going to have a forensic assessment come round and, you know, check that it wasn't arson or whatever. Here's Freya, one of my 3 and now 2 cats. One of our cats, Lucy, died in the blaze. Absolutely fucking horrendous. Like, anyone knows that knows that pretty much my only personality trait is that I love cats. That's an aside. I mean, no humans were harmed. But I suppose I'm uploading this partly for my own therapy, but also to kind of explain to people why output on my channel is likely to drop to a trickle over the next while, because it's unclear to me how much of my workshop is actually salvageable, how much of it is going to be written off by the assessors or just not working or just too difficult to clean to really be able to do anything about it. The floor in the hallway leading into my workshop is a bit iffy, but I've got a route to get into it, so I can get into it. So I'll show you what is there and potentially what I've lost. So here we are inside. You can see the extent of the smoke damage in the worst areas. This bit wasn't actually on fire, but most of the house is pretty fucked. And, you know, feel collapsed in. We're probably not going to have enough light to even see what's happening here, but I wonder if I have a light I can turn on. I do. Okay, so you know, this window's boarded up. I don't know if you even see, but this is kind of where the fire started. So I've made my way to the room where I store most of my musical equipment and where I do all the work in the Tascams. And this is the bottom of a poster for 2001: A Space Odyssey. It reads, an epic drama of adventure and exploration. Space Station 1, your first step in an odyssey that will take you to the moon, the planets, and the distant stars. Well, not fucking anymore, mate, or at least temporarily not. Again, the lighting's going to be pretty shit in here because the electricity and mains are off. So, let me take you on a tour of stuff that I don't really know whether it's going to be written off or salvaged or anything. Well, I mean, let's do a quick sweep. So, various battle jackets. I like metal as decoration. Various guitar amplifiers. Tascam 38 I hadn't got around to using. Big mixing desk, monitors, got a computer set up under there. Tascam 32, which needed to be, again, I haven't used, but actually the pinch roller's fucked, so that needed refurbishment anyway. Various keyboards, this is a Mark III. That's where I do some of the soldering. Here's where I film most of the stuff. There's a 244 that I was working on. Here's a pile of various broken Porter Studios that I was going to film for the channel. We've got a Porter 7, Porter 1, there's a Porter 2 over there. I mean, there's some 464s there, another 424 Mark III. Most of these green containers that you see are full of parts. You know, I mean, look, these are my baskets full of old transports that I salvage for parts. So it's not just like the tools and everything. I mean, you know, the castaways of. I mean, basically, when I buy stuff off eBay, right, and maybe like 2 out of 3 of those machines become a candidate for restoration. But I mean, here you can see like there's a pile of 244 cases in not so great condition that I could sell them, and so the guts of those end up becoming like my parts pile. So I've got like, you know, a massive elephant's graveyard of parts. There's more over here. This is 464 and 424 Mark III parts. There's a whole tray under there of Porter 1s. So, you know, the condition of those is questionable at the moment. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back to it. I mean, you know, there's a 246 there. And so I realise that on the face of it, it doesn't look that bad, but let's see if we can demonstrate. If I run a finger over that, you see there's that ash. So, I mean, initially, you know, when the firemen, they put the fire out and they said, oh, well, you know, this is one of the rooms that's least affected. I was like, oh, great. Well, I've kind of dodged a bullet there, apart from a fucking cat dying horribly and, you know, not having anywhere, you know, basically we're not going to get in here for 6 months. But then when the insurance assessor, when we had our first meeting with her, she was saying, actually, the ash is, you know, we don't know that potentially there was asbestos in the kitchen. It's quite an old house. In any case, it's very acidic and very greasy. I mean, I recovered a couple of absolute essential items from my bedroom, and just trying to clean the ash and dirt off there, it's really, really difficult. So the prospect of even just going through all this stuff and trying to get that silt off it, even if it's not toxic, you know, it's a really daunting prospect. There's all my collection of guitar effects pedals, drum kit. I mean, my guitar and bass, I don't own many guitars and basses. I own one guitar and one bass. I have an acoustic guitar as well. They're the aluminium, they're the electrical guitar company, so presumably they're going to be okay, but I don't think I can really play them or take them out of here until various assessor type people have been. Losing my train of thought here. Yeah, I mean, it smells awful in here. And, you know, I don't actually have a gas mask on. I just sound this muffled normally. But we were advised to have those kind of like Hong Kong people afraid of the SARS epidemic masks if we're even in here, which I'm afraid I'm disregarding that for the purpose of being able to speak as clearly as I can. But I mean, it smells terrible. It stinks, really. Anything I've taken, even for rooms that are less affected, you know, it smells really strongly in the kind of temporary accommodation where we are just now. So, yeah, I did actually shortly before the fire order. I won a few things at auction. Like I won a 424 Mark II, a 424 Mark, sorry, a 414 Mark II, a 424 Mark 1, what was the other thing I got? Yeah, a 424 Mark. Yeah, I did get a 424 Mark II. So those three are coming in. They'll be unaffected. I don't. I'll maybe be able to buy replacement soldering iron and just the basic test equipment and so on. So maybe I can get them fixed up for the channel. I don't have a computer to edit on. I've been getting a little bit of help from a mate. He's edited maybe 2 of the 50 or so videos that I've done. Just when I've been kind of falling behind with it. So, I guess this video I'll just put up long form just to let anyone who has been kind of watching the videos regularly understand that it's not like I've given up, but there's going to be this longish period where really I can't fucking do much until this situation is resolved. Okay, well, anyway, apologies for the break or at least deceleration in transmissions. Please bear with me. It is my intention to eventually cover every 4-track and 8-track cassette multitrack recorder ever made. But it looks like there's going to be at least a 3-month, maybe like a 6-month postponement of that ambition. But if that sounds like a worthy goal, then please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, and I'll get back to you all as soon as I can. Bye.